Hey everybody! Oh, I'm knocking things over already. Welcome back to What's Cooking Wednesday. I'm gonna make some stir fry, which is gonna be super easy and kind of like uses everything in your pantry. So I will get back to talking about that in just a second. Let me set it up over here too. I got like a 2-device situation happening, and yeah, let's see. Sorry, I'm not super close. I'll back up, I promise. There I am. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna get started today. We're gonna make some stir fry with some cauliflower rice. The best part about stir fry is that you can make it with literally anything. And actually, I forgot to get my eggs out, but I'll get that in a second. I am gonna do this one like sort of vegetarian friendly, mostly because we're gonna end up using this as a side dish later. I do cook all this and we actually do end up eating it. So sometimes like if it works out for my meal plan, I'll put the protein in, sometimes not. But you could certainly add shrimp, chicken, beef, any lean protein to this, but you would want to, in my opinion, probably separate it out just for pre-op purposes. If you want to do it during post-op, you can certainly do that. And it'll just be, you just add it in and you you'll know a little bit better during post-op. But during pre-op, you want to make sure that you're like got it right on track. So let's get started. Got my non-stick skillet here. I say this probably every time, but I will say it again. If you do anything during your pre-op time and you can invest in yourself just a tiny bit, I would get a non-stick skillet. It makes everything so much easier. Well, if you don't already have one, obviously. It makes everything so much easier. It doesn't stick. You can use the non-stick spray, but it's just nicer to like kind of have that extra layer of help while you're cooking. I'm gonna do this on like a medium-high heat. Well, medium-high. Because you want it to be kind of hot. I am gonna make this with cauliflower rice. I'm going to be really clear about this. If you don't like cauliflower, you will not like cauliflower rice. So just breeze past this recipe because cauliflower rice still tastes like cauliflower. Everybody's always like, oh, it'll be so great. And it still tastes like it. So I just want to make sure that you're not expecting it to be like, wow, this is like rice. And I had no idea this was stir fry at all. So no, what am I saying? Not regular stir fry. So anyway, just to make sure that that's all very clear. Oh, hey, Crystal. Hi. Okay, so hot skillet. Like I said, you can make this with anything you want. Put a little bit of non-stick spray in there. I've got some zucchini that I need to use. It's actually kind of like getting a little almost sad. So I like with zucchini to salt it first, because I don't know if you can see on there, but like it gets some little water beads. So for it to be crispier, why did I crumple that up? Okay. So for it to be a little bit crispier, or like not be soggy, I guess is maybe a better word, I'm going to put it on, I put some salt on there and like let it get some of the water come out. And then we'll kind of pat it dry with a little paper towel. If you're doing like stir fry and you're using different vegetables in this, that's totally fine. I would honestly recommend starting with an onion. I did not realize we were out of onions until I really went to prep for this video, like not that long ago. So that was my fault. So onions would be a really good idea here, but I don't have any. So you want to hear the sizzle. That way you'll get a little crunch. Turn it down a little bit. That's a little steamy because you also don't want it to burn. You can put any pre-op non-starchy vegetables in here. Broccoli, green beans, baby corn. What else is on the list? All the good things that you like that might go well with Asian vibes. I like the zucchini too because it soaks up the flavor of anything you put with it. So you don't really have to love the flavor of zucchini, but it kind of absorbs everything. See all that water in there? You don't want that. So, ooh, I'm stuck on my handle. All right. Yeah, starting to get some good color in there. Also, this poor pot has seen some things due to this specific show. Like, so it's kind of dark on the inside. But anyway, I like it, even still. Let's see what she said. Oh, Angie. Oh, yeah, you can put the salt in there. And you can do this with other vegetables, too, especially to make it crispier. But specifically, zucchini is, like, one of the main ones. Like, if you're going to make zucchini fries on pre-op, you could do the same way. Just cut them into fry shape. And then pretty much salt them and let them sit there. But if you were going to make them into fries, I would probably let it sit there for at least an hour. Because otherwise, it's not going to crisp up enough, and it's just going to be some sad little, it probably tastes good, but it's just not going to be the fry vibe that you're looking for, I think. Anyway, so let's let this get a little bit crispier. It's gonna start popping in the pan. That's fine. I pre-bought cauliflower rice, and I did rinse it in a colander, and I let it sit out for a little bit so it's kind of drier. Because for stir fry, you normally use like day-old rice. So for this, you would want to, you know, kind of I'm trying to mimic that. Honestly, I've never done this with cauliflower rice. I know a lot of Asians do it, so I mean, I'm assuming it's probably it seems to be popular. Asian food, or Asian-inspired food, let's say, is really good for pre-op because it's not automatically, but most of it's non-dairy, so like you don't have to worry about it like slipping into the category of things you can't have. You can have most things that are on here. So, all right, we're getting somewhere with this. I'm gonna go ahead and season it while it's in here. A little garlic powder. We're gonna use this stuff a lot. Here's some dried onion powder because again, I forgot I didn't have any onions. Good job, me. And some salt and pepper for now. Again, I already salted that, so you don't want to probably add a ton of salt to the zucchini because otherwise it's gonna probably be a little salty. Plus, we're gonna put some soy sauce in there in a minute, so you don't want it to get too crazy. All right, it'll also kind of toast your spices. Get a little toastiness. Let's see. Do you see that? Let's go over here. All right. All right, almost done with that. I do have some minced ginger. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. That's always really good in any kind of Asian food. That's kind of the trifecta. Onion, garlic, and ginger. Just toss that there. Let it kind of just get around the bottom of the pan so it's not raw. Okay. Again, this is why your non-stick skillet comes in handy. Nothing sticking, nothing burning. It's just all kind of hanging out there at the bottom, which is good. And you pick up all those little yummy bits. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do one more little tiny spritz. I'm trying to turn this down. It's kind of hot. I have gas. Some people, if you have electric, you probably might need to leave it a little bit higher because it cooks at like a little bit less temperature and so it doesn't stay as ambient the whole time you're cooking. So again, drop in your cauliflower, rice, fake rice. Be careful too whenever you use your colander like me, a lot of it flew through there. So I actually just put a paper towel underneath them and I'm gonna throw this in there too. Okay. All right, let's let this all around the bottom kind of get some good color. Put a little more onion powder in there. Ooh, that's probably too much. No, that's fine. And I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon pepper. You always want to put some kind of an acid with there, some kind of citrus. If you have vinegar, you can put that in there too. That's all fine for pre-op. In a minute, we'll get some soy sauce and some hot sauce. But just let's give it a minute to kind of try to toast up a little bit and be a little bit on the crunchy side, if possible. I mean, you don't want it to be like hard, but like you want it to not be like a whole squishy dish. Let's see. Today we're making cauliflower fried rice. This is pre-op friendly. This would of course be post-op friendly too, but it's definitely in the pre-op category, which is great. And I don't know if you can see this, but I just pushed the zucchini to the side because you don't want it to get cold, but it's pretty much done. So we don't really need to take up any more pan space for the zucchini. So let's leave this all kind of down towards the bottom. There we go. All right, it's cooking up pretty nice. From what I have researched, you don't really want to over stir or over attack the cauliflower rice because it'll kind of break up. So we want to kind of like let it sit, do its thing, toss it again. While that's happening, I'm gonna get some eggs. All right, I forgot to get my eggs out because I didn't want to leave them out too long. I'm gonna heat up my, there we go, my middle griddle here in the center, and I'm gonna pre-op friendly fry 2 eggs, that way we can put them on top. You can definitely add this into your mix if you want to, but I do find that can make it a lot more difficult to manage as far as like how much protein you're getting if you're trying to track it during pre-op. So in my opinion, it's just better to add it later, but you could certainly add it now and it would taste really good. All right, we're getting some good color on this rice. Let's let it go a little bit longer. Wait till this heats up a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Okay. while that's warming up, ooh, I forgot to get a spatula for that. That's okay, I'll get it in a second. Let's hit it with some nonstick spray. This is actually a nonstick griddle, but this will work just fine in a nonstick pan. There we go, good. All right, like I said, I'm gonna make 2 eggs. You'll get 2 eggs for your lean protein. It equals 6 ounces. So if you wanted to do 1 egg and like a little bit of 3-ounce chicken, maybe 3 ounces of shrimp in your rice, you could do that too. I know I look kind of deranged hanging over the edge of this, but that's okay. Oh, don't pop it on the floor. All right, now let's stir it up. There we go. It's looking fried ricey. Okay. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer because I like fried rice toasty personally. If you don't like it like a super toasty flavor, I know toasty's like not a flavor. My husband tells me that all the time. If he's actually in the chat, he's gonna say toasty's not a flavor, but the toastiness is nice. Oh, Angie says I love cooking my Blackstone. Yes, that is true. Actually, we don't have a Blackstone, but like we do have this middle griddle, and it gets a lot of love here, like a lot, because I mean you can make anything on it. And honestly, as far as like meal prep for pre-op, it's really nice because you can do like you can do all your chicken breasts on here for the week. You can, or if you want to do multiple proteins, you can still cook it on here together. You just got to watch your cooking times. But I do like that as well. And I think I used it. Yeah, I did use it one time in here. I also have like an indoor smokeless grill, which is also nice because you can throw the pieces in the, not pieces, but the components in the dishwasher. That would also be nice for pre-op for sure. But essential is a nonstick skillet. You got to have it. You will not enjoy pre-op without it. Otherwise, everything's going to be sticking and you're just going to hate yourself. And we want you to love yourself. That's the whole point, right? Okay, let's tear into these eggs. Also, this is like so legit What's Cooking Wednesday because we like haven't eaten dinner and we'll eat this afterwards. And I usually have everything really like mise en place and like already done. And today I was running a little bit behind. So this is like my actual cooking like time frame. Like nothing was done ahead of time at all. Okay, 2 eggs, like I said, 6 ounces of protein. We're gonna crack these. I like to crack them on the counter. You get less like shards. All right, drop it on there. Again, you could drop it directly, especially for post-op. You could drop this directly in the skillet with the cauliflower. And truth be told, it might taste a tiny bit better, but I think it's still going to be good. All right, we're going to salt and pepper the eggs. Let's get on there where you can see those guys. Oh, hang on. Let me not drop this whole phone. Oh, there we go. Okay, salt and pepper. Cook these to your liking. If you like a scramble, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. I'm actually a scramble gal myself. Or like an over hard. There we go. A little salt and pepper. But again, you can spice this however you want. You want to add something a little bit spicier. We could certainly, I'm going to top it with some hot sauce, so you can certainly do that. All right, so back to the fried rice. That's looking yummy. All right. Almost there. Okay, let's see. Coming back. Okay. So again, on pre-op, you do have your 6 ounces of protein you can have every day. You can do your shakes and stuff like that. I recommend doing this. You can divide it up. I probably would do that. I did that when I was on pre-op. You can do like half at lunch, half at dinner. And that way you don't have to commit so hard to like protein shakes or like just like a veggie lunch. But if you like a veggie lunch, more power to you. This is going to be, like I said, vegetarian friendly, but you could certainly add any protein you want in here and it would be good. All right, let's season this up a little bit. Probably gonna add, I already added garlic. Let's see. Let's have a tiny, well, I did lemon pepper. I did all that. Okay, so we're gonna add like cilantro in here. That's more of like a Thai kind of vibe, but you do you. If you don't wanna have that, that's fine. We're gonna turn it down, add a little bit of soy sauce. This is the reduced sodium from Aldi, but you could, I mean, any reduced sodium is fine. That's what you wanna hear, the little steam. You want it to kind of steam off in there. This might be kind of rice-ish. I actually, to be perfectly honest with you, not a big fan of cauliflower rice myself, but actually, it smells pretty good. You can cover anything in soy sauce and turns out it tastes decent. What a win. All right, I'm gonna save the sriracha for the end, and you can also always add a little bit more soy sauce if you need to, or if you feel like it's too wet or too dry. Sometimes that depends on your like area where you're cooking, as far as like the humidity level. Like here, it's like a 400% humidity all the time. So like even when we cook regular rice, we put less water because it won't, it gets gummy, you know what I mean? So if you're cooking in a place that's like more dry, you'll probably need to add a little bit more soy sauce, or even like a little bit of broth if you need to, you want to make it a little bit steamier, like a little bit creamier, maybe is a better word. Saucier. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's flip these eggs. Ta-da. I like a flip. Again, you don't have to flip them. Ooh, it's not totally non-stick, guys. See, this is why non-stick is very important. Ooh, let's watch me struggle. Flip. I like put these too far away and now I can't reach it. You can't tell it on here, but I'm like so far from this. There we go. Again, I like a flip. If you like them over easy, you can certainly leave them just like that and we'll pull them off. I mean, you can pull them off and you can use the yolk too, which is nice for like a little bit of sauce, right? Okay, so I think we are done with the rice. Ooh, that was quick. This is like 17 whole minutes. This would be a really nice, like you come home from work, you haven't cooked anything, or you haven't prepared anything to cook all day. This would work for like a quick one, for sure. All right, let's get a little bowl. Turn off the heat. Actually, the spatula was doing better to get this off the bottom. There we go. All right, and again, during pre-op, this is unlimited. You can eat as much of this as you want. So if you want to eat the whole bowl, I mean the whole skillet, more power to you. I'm not going to do that, but you certainly could. Oh, guys, I'm struggling with this camera angle today. All right, let's get the eggs. Chase them. Okay. And gonna add a little bit of hot sauce, or as much as you want. If you like a lot, I like a lot. And we're done. I think this would be really probably the easiest pre-op meal you could make, besides just naked chicken and vegetables. If you want to go with naked chicken and vegetables, more power to you. But if you like a sauce or a flavor, this is probably where it's at. Also, you can just use things that are seasonal, which is nice. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining me. And if you have any, let's see, requests, I say requests every week. I usually post the recipe in the comments after the fact. So you can take a look at it there. If you need, like if you're a recipe person, that's totally fine. If you want to follow along, these will be here forever. And yeah, anyway, all right. Have a good night.